Welcome to another episode of St Vincent Untold Stories. On this episode, we look at former national netballer Kenlyn Clouden. Just imagine having three children being sent to Dovecat. One went to Dovecat because of an accident, and two because of her popo ascending. You see, because of the history of what went on in Otley Hall, who's best to give you the real story than none other than Kenlyn Clouden? Big ups to all of my subscribers. And if you are new to the channel, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and hit the bell icon if you wish to see more videos like this one. To all the mothers who have children mixed up in the use of popo, knowing that your sons are sending manna to Dovecat and not warning them. Claudian is pleading with all the mothers and all the men that are boasting off the popos to put the popos down. You see, Claudian was a national netballer. But you know the ghetto life goes. Sometimes you plan for something and it doesn't work out that way. So you know, Claudian went on to have some children. You see, everything was going smooth until tragedy struck. Clouden lost her first son, Gary Clouden, in an accident. You see, after Gary passed, the family even became close because they did not want to lose anyone else. But you see, there was a war going on in the Atley Hall area. And the police made several raids on homes. Yes, man. They did some search with some search warrant. And one of the homes that they searched belonged to Clouden. And when the man them went in, it was alleged that they found some ammunition. Clouden and some of her daughters were taken in to custody. But the ladies denied any knowledge of her knowing that the things were in the house. And me, I make enough man start drink Guinness. I read them start to beat out a drop off a nightclub, yes man. That's a popular spot in the Sanssouci area, and everybody used to frequent there. They said that that's the club that you go if you want to get the hard puff. Attack. Several witnesses alleged that they heard when the popo beat off 6 times. So after the machine beat off, some man outside a drop-off nightclub decided, say, you know what? All the thing come out of the machine, let us chase her behind the mass, man. Boy, the man them take off and run up behind the man. Some are making allegations that they did not grab the right man. The correct man escaped, but the man who they grabbed, they put some beating on him. Doop, boop, boop. Boy, watch where you do down there. Doop. Boy, not me. You know, see I'm in a different clothes. Doop. Boy, you see what you did? You mash up the man dance. It is alleged that a popo fell from the man's waist and someone took it up and ran with it. The men at the nightclub who administered the beating, they held on to the man until the police came. And the police took him and walked with him. So he went to court and he was remanded in to custody. But you know it happened so that the evidence went in the man's favor because it is alleged that someone removed the popo from the scene and there was not enough evidence. So the man was freed. That was two children that Miss Clouden lost. One to an accident and one to popo sending to Dovecat. The allegations that a man was in prisons and he left some youths to safeguard his house while he was not around. And one of those youths was none other than Jomo Broody. Remember I did an episode recently about Jomo Broody when someone ran in and tack and sent Jomo to Dovecat. When the men went by the house and bad man run up and say, what are you doing here? You know you're not supposed to be here. Jomo can, but no one else can. So Jomo went into the house. He checked the premises and made sure that everything was safe. Boy, when the man them walk out, attack. Two bad man run up and start to beat off Popo. When the smoke cleared, it is alleged that Jomo was hit with Popo. That was just the smoke. But when they looked on the ground, they saw Cloud and lying there. Yes, man, Miss Clouden's daughter, Shireen Clouden. Boy, the two bad man them sent the young lady straight to Dovecat. Let me tell you, the man them does a parade straight in action. The police came on the scene and certain names were called. And the man them start to search. Boy, when it was all said and done, they picked up a youth by the name of Atiba Bess. At the time, the youth was 16, and they also picked up another youth. When the officers spoke to Atiba said that he was under pressure. Boy, the matter went to court. On the first day of court, boy, Sharon's mother burst out with tears. She said, look, them send me daughter Dove Cat. And big things start outside of the courtroom because the defendant's family was also there and everyone started to say, all done with the thing. You see, by that time, Miss Clouden had already lost 3 children. She lost one in a car accident. That was Gary Clouden. She lost Sean Clouden, who was sent to Dovecat. And she lost her daughter, Sharon Clouden, who was also sent to Dovecat. You see, Miss Clouden is a mother who knows the side effect of dealing with Popo or getting children sent to Dovecat. And a one she lost, and a two, a three one time. You think that is easy burden to bear? You think that is easy tears? You think that is easy money? When you have to bury 3, you have to buy casket, prepare funeral. Plus, you have the community looking at you at a sort in a way. But you see, Claudan is one of those good mothers. Claudan did not cry out for retaliation or reprisal. You know what Claudan did? Claudan went to the community and she started to speak to the youths and she started to tell them, keep away from popos. She even started to get involved in sporting activities like helping youths around, preparing for certain cultural events and so on. You see, the police even join in by trying to help other youths in the community. They set up a peace treaty, like the war between Movado and Cartel when they had the Gully Gaza feud. Yes, man, and the man came and they shook hands and they said that they won't be at war with each other anymore. But as I said, those things, it have some men who go say, yes, sir, we done with it. But when you there on party and ambassador song come on, and you spot a man, we been do your relative or one of your friend or something, you might start to get hyped, and tell the boy something where him now want hear. Then he might back him popo and you back yours on the right hand. That's how things start. You see the 16-year-old that I told you had sent Sharon Clouden to Dovecat. He was hit with a 20-year sentence. Just imagine being so young and getting 20 years in a prison. But he came out after a while. And after he came out, he was back in the spotlight again. Yes, man, police alleged that he fired a popo after them. Remember I told you about Jomo? Yes, man, Jomo was sent to Dovecat. And several times before that, they made attempts after him. They even hit him with a popo many times. How many more? I must carry this load. When will it end? That is what other people are asking. When? What we can understand is this, right? Some youths grew up together in the same community, but because of a small dispute, everybody decided to take up a popo. When you take up the popo, now you are sending a long-time friend to Dovecat, same youth you went to school with, that used to pitch your marbles and play cricket and so on. You see, the thing is, sometimes the solution is to get the youths away from each other. So you have to send some youths go foreign, go relax for a while. Because as I told you before, once the youth them hear two bad boy tune and them drink off some hard thing, the man them go tell themselves, you know what, things start again. So you don't want them to be in an era with each other. So you have to get some of them away. You have to break up the groups early. Try to get the leaders and get those leaders away and tell the leaders, say, look, if you don't leave now, then you'll have to face the consequences. And when I say leave, you have to make sure that the men are given a passport. and traveling fee and make sure that when they migrate, they get a job overseas. Five persons were recently sent to Dovecat in a mass popo thing, right? So the solution is it have certain man that they know whose name is calling up from both sides. Some that called up on the popo sendings, and some that are calling up saying that they are going to retaliate. So you have to go into these areas. You get the men passports and you tell the men, say, look, you either leave or we hat up other territory. Because remember, St. Vincent is a safe place. And if things like this continue, then what will happen? You see, at Untold Stories, remember we told you that we don't style a jailer. We just want to see rehabilitation. We want to see better for youths. So we don't want no man to send no man a dove cat who see everybody live good.